probe it. High advantage paid long. Taylor is pushing, shoving, and marks. Against Venner.
And he's always...
Hands are part of the body.
No, if the bloke's backing back into him, I think you can hold him off a little bit, can't you?
Yes, you can protect your bit of territory.
This will make it 9 points if he converts, which he does, Brian Taylor. His second.
Good bit of rebound football by...
A little bit of trouble, Willie, actually.
Lead from Rakov. Oh, well done.
It was a good mark under pressure. His eyes firmly glued on the bits of kicking the goal from about 48.
He has.
Second to John Rakov.
Yes, I think Williamstown have just got their hands full at the present time. The Rovers can't break clear. Whenever they make an error, Prahran pounce, and when the likes of Cine get hold of it, and there's an open forward line.
Player in Scott Langan. McTaggart in position to spoil and did so. Gould might have got one high there. Lloyd hands it off to Howlett. Prahran have the numbers here. Half-back line's dominating at the moment. Povey to Noble. Ooh. Met solidly by O'Connor, but got it off to Martello. Good shepherd from Reese Langan. Spoil from Williams to Taylor. Barge in the clear. Hits the post. That's the third poster today for Prahran.
Showed a good bit of dash, the big man, on that occasion.
But from 2 points in front at quarter time, Prahran find themselves 14 points up.
In the ground. That's why Markov was in receipt of that crucial possession, because he read it well, stayed down, and that fortuitous kick, or that indiscriminate kick, found Taylor, who found a bit of space from Venner. And the captain coach, or he's not the captain coach, but the coach.
When the ball's on the ground too. And good judgment from Keipert there. Made it impossible for McTaggart to spoil. In the pocket, Taylor. Yes, held by Venner.
Good kick, wasn't it?
Beautiful kick. Wasn't a bad lead either for a bloke whose legs are a bit wonky.
Been working on his leading in recent weeks.
Yes, he can work on his legs.
Well, distance no problem.
A little bit of soft ground to contend with as he moves in. You can see it there. It's just to the side of it. He's a master kick.
19 points the difference now in favour of the two Blues. It's their biggest lead of the match.
Keipert's kick, Philip.
Well, superb.
That's where you like them, don't you?
And you can see Venner's just got hold of Taylor there. Would have been better to just go with the run and try to...
Nothing yet.
Holds his ground well, the big man. Oh, yes.
Oh,
well,
no, he just fell over, Sam. But it was well played, well acted. Then a bit stiff. For number 5 for BT, 3 in the quarter. Well, that makes it difficult. 25 points.
yes, there's a real gap exposed now. It's going to be a big effort by Williamstown to claw themselves back into the game now. Not a great deal happening, in particular in that centre bounce area.
Ross, would you call this a free kick for being clumsy, or...?
Clear. Elects the pass to Rakov.
Isn't that classical play in midfield? Povey, once he gets the ball, isn't there a sense of expectation? Because he's so proficient in his delivery. And Rakov was the recipient on this occasion.
He's just got too much class, actually, Prahran, for the Seagulls. And they look to be fraying a little bit, Williamstown too.
Rakov has kicked 2-3 today.
I don't think there's much that Round can do with his...
Looking from Rakov, beats him. Aziz led Taylor, then cleared. Gee, that's a high one. Underneath it is Venner. Martello got a fist in the way. Shanks over the top. Ghazi in the clear. Looks for Rickman. They may get a goal now.
Play Ghazi to Rickman.
3 in the first quarter to Rickman.
10.
And one more makes 4.
50 and reportable.
Well, 50.
Get up! Get on me! What are you going to do, Dilly? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you doing? Sit up! Get out of there!
Jeff Morrow.
We certainly earned that mark, Truella. Sensational mark.
Was.
Yes, they kind of had the sit, but it looked like Williamstown.
Well,
I think Hallett was set to mark it.
What upset Brett Gould?
Well, you watch Truella sticks his head into him, actually. When he gets up, he buffets him a little bit with the head, and I think Truella was excited about taking the mark and just led to something, and Gould went on with it rather than just controlling himself.
So first goal to Mark Truella.
But it was a beautiful mark. Out of the blue too, and
Close shop on him. But until then, it's just a natural game, flowing first instinct, give the ball off, it's there, first option, all that sort of thing. Dave Lucas doing a fantastic job on But no job is fantastic unless the bloody game is finished. Now Dave, big job now, because now's the time that he likes to get out and let. So now you've got to really tighten up. Hey, a few guys that we haven't got quite enough from. They're doing okay. We get a bit more from Poe, a bit more from Mick City, a bit more from Reese, a bit more from Tommy Keipert and Tommy Shelton. But guys, you guys haven't given us everything, yet we're still in front on the scoreboard. Now, if you really give us something here, that is going to give us the opportunity to get into a good situation early. We cannot go 15-minute ball for ball, letting them creep back on us. We must get the early one like we did in that initial quarter, guys. You know the reward. It's great enough worth striving for, isn't it? Yeah. All year. Think back to Walhalla. How far you pushed yourself mentally and physically. You're not going to go anywhere near that here today. Nowhere near it.
I don't think they're going back to
mental pressure that you had there.
the Wagnerian Valhalla, but the old gold mining town. I think did they have a pre-season up there, Sam?
They did have a strenuous pre-season.
17 and a half minutes played. She's wide open now. They haven't had the lead since the first quarter, when the lead changed 6 times. Well, if Andrew Hallett's the ghost, then Werribee are the team, Williamstown are the team that never dies.
Indeed they are, but they've done it for so many years.
Bastory, even the bounce starting to favour them now. Reese Langan to an open Prahran forward line. It's beaten McTaggart. Keipert got some pressure from Lloyd. Mrakov kicks it back into the corridor. Cini! What a timely goal that was.
A brilliant goal.
He's played a superb game, Michael Cini, on that wing. And Mrakov battled hard too, but it certainly was a timely major, just the steadier they need. They seem to have lost the plot there for the opening minutes of this third term, or the first half, but Michael Cini just steadied the ship at the appropriate time. But we still have a ball game on our hands. Williamstown, I'm sure, won't be denied.
Well, if there's a draw, there is a provision for extra time to be played. It's never been employed before. It's 5 minutes each way.
That's right.
And the rain's about to come.
Well, maybe the weather will be a factor.
Yes, 19 minutes gone.
What are you worried about? The game, or you having to present the medal in the game?
You got your umbrella.
Wouldn't be the same without you standing in the rain.
Thanks a lot. 12 points. Well, Venner beat Martello. Lennox kicks it out of the middle. It's out towards Dimatina. There he is, number 2. Oh, Williams out on the full.
Did very well, Williams, even though he was unfortunately kicked it off the ground on the full, but he really ran hard to get across there.
Short kick. Into Lennox, another one. To Langan. Mitchell, good spoiled. Troy Mitchell.
Been wonderful, Troy Mitchell. What an inspiration. And a deserved pat in the back, too. From his teammate in Long, I think it was.
So 20 minutes gone.
Lennox on the ball, getting it down to Langan, who avoids tackles well. Sheldon handed it off to Chappell. O'Connor. Mitchell almost made a bad handball.
Gee, doesn't he get in under the packs, Troy Mitchell?
Been a wonderful player since being moved to midfield. Last year he was predominantly the back pocket player, and early in the season was their regular back pocket, but moved to midfield and certainly has blossomed as a player.
There he goes. Saw the gap and charged through it. His 27th possession. And Povey.
Been quiet, Povey, since half-time. They need a lift from him.
4 possessions since half-time, but he kicks the ball a mile. Vena's tap goes straight to Langan, and he should have won the game there.
Well, the silence says it all. 13 points. And Reece Langan. Well, it might...
Yes, he's technically a very good kick.
Well, at least it's now they need 3 goals, Willie. That's something for the kick. Oh, Callahan crunched by Tom Keipert.
Gee, in the text of a final, you wouldn't think that warranted a free kick.
Sam.
Well, he came in from the side trying to contest.
Where's his back, though?
Anyway, Lloyd gets it up to Coney. Good spoiled Chapel. The press is getting...
To everyone, Roscoe.
To everyone.
Ball's move. That's been the move of the match.
Yes, great. Pastore. Callahan. Maybe he'll coach North. Short.
Who, Callahan?
No, Paul Field.
Well, he's got a lengthy background in North Melbourne, been a supporter for 2 decades now, Paul, hasn't it?
I didn't know the position was open.
22.
I don't think it will be. I think Shimon might hold on.
22 minutes gone.
Backhander from Martello. Cini only as far as Swan. Dwyer, another former North Melbourne player. Koenig, good balance to get it to Shanks, who delayed the handball well. Gould's done virtually nothing today. Oh, it's Pastore, but Winton, the Rock of Gibraltar.
Had a wonderful game, Brian Winton. It was a solid.
That's an optical illusion or something, wasn't it? He looked like he had to mark it. The other bloke had it in his hands.
Indeed, Phil.
Winton, another who kicks the ball the country kilometre. Here's Gould again, squares it this time. O'Connor has to try and outmark them. Nearly did, but delayed it too long. Someone's lost their boot. Povey there. I think it might be Kylie.
Kylie's in trouble.
He's got 2 boots.
Off the ground, straight off.
No. Is he all right?
Bit of cramp, is it?
Well, trainers tend to panic sometimes.
He's going off, though. Martello. Oh, Venner, lovely tap. Rickman. On the left foot. Oh, Ian Rickman, number 5.
He is a master, isn't he? He just does it so often.
7 points. Number 5 to Rickman. Look at the look, the determination on his face from Chops.
If you went back over the years, the number of times he's pulled out a goal that has either won the game or turned the game, I reckon he would have done it, at least 8 times in the last, say, half a dozen final series. And I'm talking about real big goals late in the last quarter.
5 goals to Ian Rickman.
Now equal top goal kicker in the competition with 73 for the year. Howie'd love one more here. Noble.
Been terrific, Noble. Even though Ghazi's got away from him on a couple of occasions, but really held him well.
Now Jared Malloy yesterday, a bit of cramp for Kylie. We're a minute away from time on. 7 points in front, Prahran. Venner. Well, Taggart played a good game too, but he was hit there. Dimartina's kick forward. Ricochet comes down to Lennox. The backman doesn't get any purchase on the kick.
Jack's done well back there.
Oskin is. Koenig. Ghazi makes the lead. Timely interception there from Noble. Tuella's kick. Rakov, 70 metres out from goal. Taylor breaks away into the pocket. Now doubles back. Rakov to put it into the goal square. Falls even shorter than that, but Taylor gets it. Well, would this be a coach's goal? 6 marks for Brian Taylor, the right footer, as you're well aware. But goals can be kicked from this pocket.
He's quite capable of these banana kicks.
Into time on now. This would put Prahran 13 points in front.
No, just might opt for the orthodox drop punt.
Consummate goal kicking. Cool as a cucumber. Taylor, a half dozen from him today.
He's not bad at the Keipert, is he, kicking a goal?
Been a great display by both full forwards. Have a look for a diving mark, and I'm sure there'll be a dent in that part of the curator will have his work cut out tomorrow, filling that divot in. A little sizable divot.
Well,
what a wonderful contribution.
Yeah, Jackers was working very hard on him there to stop him making the lead, but then the kick was a punt and slipped to the side, and there you saw it.
Big Martello. Langan in the way. Lennox is wrapped up. Umpire Agnew. Venner again. Martello wins it once more. Callahan. Povey there to put the pressure on. Long.
Well, surely that's taken the sting out of the Williamstown players. It seems to have quietened the fans. Once again, Williamstown have provided us with some great excitement. O'Connor to the wing. Povey has a half-a-metre break on Pastore, who does well to get it back to Long. Shanks will try and shepherd for Gould. Another goal here, and it's certainly still alive. Dwyer. Mitchell. Chappell's handball's gone astray. Koenig. Howlett. He's hot. Rickman. Not that time.
He wasn't far off though, was he? He's just sizing it up. Will he go to the left or go to the right? Decide to come back in his right. But if he'd gone to the left the first time, he would have had a better opportunity.
2 straight kicks the lead for Prahran. Noble gets it well into the centre square. Pastore. They've got to get a goal out of this forward push the Seagulls. Oh, O'Connor through the eye of the needle to Ghazi. 3 in the quarter for Ghazi.
6 points the difference. Now, this is a fantastic game. 22 possessions for
Chappell, great pickup. No, it's Dimatina. McTaggart. Long. Raking left footer. Swan, has he got the recovery? They come from everywhere, the 2 blue defenders. Swan to Ghazi, 8th possession for the corner. He's got himself clear. Rickman back there. It's a goal!
Scores are tied. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it.
What a bit of magic from Saade, Ghazi.
Oh, just absolute phenomenal play by Ghazi. He has beaten the field to kick that goal in. Rickman, Shepherd, Sam, spot on.
Yeah, worked very hard.
What a game.
Tremendous play by Ghazi.
What a performance by Williamstown. You would have sworn they were gone.
And
halfway through the quarter.
Character too, Ghazi, after being tagged, could have easily dropped his bundle, but hung in there strongly.
What a performance.
4 goals in the quarter from Ghazi, 2 in the last 2 minutes. Can Williamstown pinch it? Mitchell. We're looking at extra time.
It appears that way, Pete. What have we played now? There can only be seconds left, surely.
29 and a half minutes into the last quarter. From 25, 31 points down they were, because the first goal of the quarter was kicked by Prahran.
And not playing well at all, so it's been a great revival.
Dimatina, he's really found something extra in the last few minutes. The captain of Williamstown's played a good 4 quarters, McTaggart.
Been a great player, McTaggart.
What if the players know it's extra time if it's tied?
I bet they haven't even thought about it.
Well, not only the scores level, but the ball is directly thrown in midfield.
Venner finds the boundary.
That siren has got to go any second.
Well, if it was a soccer, you'd say they'll be just keeping something in reserve now for extra time. But in footy, a goal can be kicked in a matter of seconds. 1 clear possession for here, a mark, and either side could win it. 5 minutes each way will be the extra time requirement.
Well, you wouldn't be watching the Eagles and Carlton, would you now?
There it is.
It's a draw. The players shaking hands.
Well,
I don't even think the umpires know. I don't think they know.
Here we are, listen.
Yeah, they do.
Guys can come out for 3 minutes, all right?
3 minutes and they will restart proceedings. Jeff Morrow right on top of things.
What a sensation, Peter.
Two final halves.
Hayden Toomey, Executive Director of the VFA, with Ross Toomey to clarify things.
Thanks, Peter. Now, 5 minutes each way, and they keep going until we get a result.
We get a result, that's right, yes.
It could be here until 6 o'clock.
Well, that could be until dark, yes.
And it could be wet. Okay, I know what that does for our man of the match. So 5 minutes each way, and we'll keep going until we get a result. Fantastic.
Has it ever been done in Australian football before?
Not to my memory. I can never recall a match, and what a great performance by Williamstown to get themselves back in the game. And Saade, Ghazi, well, gee, it's been a brilliant individual performance. Troy Mitchell, sensational all day. You know, he's been the man that's been the architect of their comeback. And
what we should, I suppose, when you think of the game to date, what we've seen of 4 quarters,
Prahran deserved to win.
A remarkable, yes, they've been the better side, I think, all day. But Williamstown, I mean, it is staggering the way they can come back late in at the last quarter,
goal.
Sam, isn't it?
Yes.
To get up, you know, there are very few sides that can do what they do.
But bearing in mind, the lead was never, you know, it was four goals at three-quarter time, then they got the 5 goals.
But the difference about this game, though, Peter, in the normal Lightning Premiership, you're playing at the end of the season. It's just a bit of a social run. But this Lightning Premiership is, you know, a big final that's gone 4 quarters already. I mean, it's not. I've never played in the Lightning Premiership where you've played 4 quarters and then done the last 10 minutes. So it'll be a completely different atmosphere.
Gee, players are going to have to dig deep to find that little bit extra, because the pace of the game has been blistering throughout the entire 120 minutes.
You got to give Roundy a rap too, Sam, I reckon. I think the moves he pulled out, really critical moves.
Howlett to centre half, Bennett
Williams
on the ball.
Well, Ross, the wind, the first quarter, it will be going, the first half, I suppose I should say, Williamstown will be kicking with it.
Yes, to the left of the screen, that's what Will have got. It's still maybe, if it were a normal quarter, about the 2-goal advantage. But amazing confusion here. Players asking, is it 5 minutes? Is it time on? Do we keep going? And just quite sensational sort of apprehension and uncertainty in the camp. I was only at the Williamstown camp, but I'm sure Prahran. But of course, Willie are much more excited. I think they've got the psychological advantage now.
Is there time on, Ross?
Yes, there is time on.
So it's 5 minutes of fairly serious actual play.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could just waste time, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, you could, but I mean, those things are possible.
Except in the last quarter, if scores are tied, then it just keeps going.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which gives the team that are going with the wind a bit of advantage, I guess, in the last quarter.
Yes.
If it's tied, of course, because then it just played to it's a timeless test, so to speak.
Well, we've been renowned at the VFA for being innovative, and this is an innovation that, you know, perhaps maybe adopted by the father figure, or the alleged father figure.
Who's that?
The AFL.
I thought they had it in.
No.
In the finals.
No, not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
No.
But then again, you have
They talked about it, though, didn't they?
Well, they discussed a lot of things, Philip. A bit like you at Canberra.
Indeed.
Past very few.
Well, the score's 16-10 apiece between Williamstown and Prahran.
It's almost an anti-climax.
So the scores have been wiped. It's 0 apiece now. It's a 0-0 draw. We go into the first half of extra time. Williamstown from right to left. Martello wins the first tap. Dimatina got the knock, but Venner's kick off the ground over to Tom Shelton. He went down, even though McTaggart skidded off his back. Umpire said he ducked down and caused that contact. Umpires Agnew and Morrow been right on top of things today. Venner wins that one. Pastore.
Another draw.
Well, already some of the spectators think it's going to be a draw.
Oh, well, a few scores that might be time on, but it's wasting away now.
Shelton. A minute of the first period gone.
Get all your terminology right, Peter.
Final score from the AFL and West Coast. In 4th place on the final ladder. Carlton missing out on the finals. So that's good news for St Kilda. St Kilda will play Collingwood, West Coast Hawthorn next week, and Geelong Footscray. Sini.
Right there.
Half forward flank. Mrakoff breaks into the pocket. Getting very dark here at Port Melbourne. Cine gains a little bit of ground. The ball's going backwards now. Shanks getting the ball to Koenig. Knocked away from Dwyer. Can't see too many positional changes for extra time. That's Chappell. Beaten for it in the end by Shanks's dive.
Oh, dear.
Well, what's the consensus of opinion, Ross? You've made the trip around.
Well, certainly the momentum's with Williamstown.
Yeah, well, the lights are on. Total confusion, I think, and just absolute excitement in the crowd. Some saying absolute disgrace. Mitchell, the kick forward. Howlett spoils. Fights on. He was held. Pastore. Look at that desperation. Jeff Morrow with the bounce. Williamstown in attack. In extra time, if you've just tuned in, scores 16-10 apiece at the end of full time. 5 minutes each way.
Did you see Athol Hodgetts over there? Because this, I think, was his baby.
Oh, I think it's a good one. Talk about excitement level.
Ghazi, they're going to be sitting on him. Probert laid the tackle there. Shelton's kick to Long. Going long towards Rickman. Ball spills loose. Winton. McCormick throwing down Rickman, who's trying to get clear. Torella, centre wing. No score yet. Mrakov, good hands. It's just Taylor with Aziz back in the goal square. Ball won't make Taylor. Yes, it does.
No mark.
Doesn't hold it. Play on. It goes on, and the goal's kicked.
Keipert on the spot, and good play by the big man. And Williamstown there were a little bit nonplussed because they anticipated the mark may be paid to Taylor. And here we see Mrakov delivering the ball in the Taylor direction. I thought the mark was taken. No, it was dropped, and the umpire adjudicated correctly.
And Jack Aziz picked the wrong card there. He ran towards Taylor rather than to where the ball was being handed. It was Keipert as McTaggart had gone into Taylor. Good goal.
That wasted about 30 seconds, I think. 4 minutes gone. And we go about 5.5 minutes in this new half. The fifth period.
Score 17-10 to 16-10, or if you like, one goal to nothing.
Well, what score do we adopt,
I
Peter?
think the normal one. There it is. 6 points to Prahran. 4.5 minutes gone of this 5-minute extra period, with another 5 to follow. Shelton, will he need a goal? In goes McTaggart. Grabbed by Reece Langham. Williams. Callahan, can he get through? He has. Kick ill-directed. Oh, Shelton dropped it. Shanks there. Shelton recovers, tackled. Will he be pinned for holding the ball? No.
He's had a rugged day, Tommy Shelton.
Yeah,
The pressure.
very safe overhead too, Phil. Maybe a bit of a letdown. He's did very well in the Liston and had a lot in his mind.
5 minutes have ticked by, so we're playing time on now in the first half of extra time. I know one group of players and officials will be loving what they're seeing, and that's Sandringham. They'll think this extra time's a great idea.
No, they're still there.
The winner of this game to play them in the second semi next Sunday. In the back, Long to take the free kick. So Prahran go into the second half of extra time with a 1-goal advantage, and they got that against the breeze. Straight over it is, I think.
Is it straight over us?
Yes, well, they've called straight over, the umpires.
They said 3 minutes before for the changeover, I think, because it seemed like 10 minutes that elapsed.
Yes.
And Taylor, I think, is going to call them in for a speech. Now, one set of players have gone straight over. Now, this is confusing, because I'm sure Jeff Morrow said 3 minutes.
Did he?
I thought he meant 3 minutes for the actual speech.
Well, how come it went for 10?
Well, I don't know. Probably because the players are so confused.
Yeah.
They weren't as arbitrary about it.
Yeah.
Or weren't arbitrary.
Well,
about
this is how it happens in soccer. It's an immediate changeover.
Yeah. You got your watches at home. That period went for 5 minutes 35 seconds. Keipert has kicked 4 goals now.
The crowd's even nonplussed.
Taylor's kicked 6.
Actually, a part of history. We're in actual fact creating history today. Great to be a part of it.
Timekeeper's on top of things, though.
Thank God someone is.
5 minutes of play left. Prahran, 6 points in front. Martello gets the tap. Langan. They came from everywhere to get Noble. Good tackle from Langan on Mitchell. I think that was Martello that got the kick forward. Bounce favoured Kylie. Great shepherd from Keipert. Rakov against Lloyd. Pastore. O'Connor gets another chance. Always going past McTaggart. Howlett's punch. Probert. Sees it go towards his man, but great play from Winton to get it back to Probert. And a big mark taken by McTaggart.
Been great, McTaggart.
Switches it out to Ghazi, who kicked 4 goals in the last quarter. Miraculous effort. Pass in, punched away from Swan. Povey, out to Cini. Back to Lucas. Gee, it's getting dark. Over Langan's head. Truella, little paddle towards Reece Langan. Williams there, good trap. Callahan dribbling it towards Stephen Long. He in turn along the ground. Oh, Lucas, terrific. Ran hard at the ball. Thumps it long, the half forward. Truella goes down. Markov. Fierce stuff. Markov held. Gets his kick away. Picked up by Keipert, who kicked the goal. Markov back to Dimatina. This could be it. Dimatina goals. And they've now got a 12-point lead. 1.5 minutes gone.
What can you say? You know, both teams have displayed great grit and character. Prahran looked on the ropes, but they've fought back now. It's their turn. Markov, a fine hand pass. Great vision displayed to Dimatina, who's really kept going all day. Tremendous. And you've really got to admire these players because they've had to dig deep to find something extra. Both sides to be commended on that.
It is raining.
You're right. Been a great performance.
Well, the rain is heaven sent for Prahran. It'll help them stop Williamstown, but they're going to the end that they brought extra time about with in the 4th quarter. We're in the 6th period of the match now. And we are halfway through it. 2.5 minutes gone of extra time. Second half.
Play on.
Venner. Well, he was looking for Dwyer. It went to Winton. Chappell, happy to see it go over. Huge task now for Williamstown as Chappell just cramps a little bit. Ball hits Venner on the face, but it went to advantage. Shanks' kick. Ghazi. Probert, wondering what the little man can do. Great tackle. It slipped around the ankles, though, but that's okay. He
held him up.
Oh, good hands. Oh, Pastore is brilliant overhead.
And getting back quick on with it. He knows his time's running out.
Greasy ball. Wonderful mark. Shoots from 25 metres. It's a goal to difference.
Unbelievable.
The experienced campaigner, Tony Pastore.
And Saade Ghazi too. Beautiful pass from Ghazi. Pastore hurries up and sinks the goal. Well, my word.
What, we got 90 seconds to go?
We've got a little bit more than that. A minute and a quarter.
Went about, of course, 5.5, didn't it? First quarter?
Yes, 5:34. When 1 goal was kicked. We've had 2 goals kicked in this quarter, so it should go a little bit longer. Well, it's time to bottle it up now for Prahran.
If they can, I'm sure they're endeavouring to do so, Pete, but the other side just won't be denied. They're just doing all the attacking things well, knocking the ball on and running.
Noble caught by O'Connor. That's Shelton. And this could go against Prahran. Long, spreading it out to Mitchell. Howlett, another fine mark with the wet ball. Shanks. Yes! Unbelievable!
No, hit the post. It's a post up.
It's grazed the post.
Yes. Oh, what hard lines for Williamstown. It appeared to go through.
Players don't know. Oh, what a game.
Well spotted, Sam.
What a game.
Eyes firmly glued on that.
Well,
The flight of the ball.
the goal from the kick-in.
Yes, well, they could win it, Phil.
Winton wants to get as much distance as he can. That's even better. Reece Langan, what an important mark.
Now slow it down, son.
5.25 minutes played now.
Don't look inboard, kick long to the boundary.
27 possessions for Reece Langan. It's a monster torpedo. Long brings it to ground. Keipert. Clever tap from Cini. Truella. Back to Cini. Keipert. Shanahan over the top of it. Mitchell's caught high. The last chance for Williamstown. Mitchell has to find a teammate. He can win it on his own. McTaggart's kick. Howlett's retarded. Free kick. Oh, that's time off now. Ball lightly knocked away. Howlett into the pocket. Aziz in the bog.
You wouldn't believe it. That
We have played Poorfield.
6.25 minutes, and that's all there is. History made here today at Port Melbourne, and in extra time, Prahran win by 5 points. Williamstown from 31 points down early on in the last quarter, levelled it. 4 goals from Ghazi. In extra time, a goal in each period, enough to give it to Prahran.
We've seen some good finals.
Oh, this is one of the great finals.
What
Phil.
a great game. It was just superb football and real high drama.
And both
even
sides
right
to
to
be
the end
commended.
there too. Andy Howlett goes back and kicks to the square. Who knows? But he goes to the boundary, doesn't quite hit the mark. Had it gone to Aziz would have kicked with the siren probably.
Jim.
Ross Booth.
Okay, well, I've got umbrellas and so forth. Commander Robert Boucher, Chief, is going to present the Vic Safe Man of the Match to Aaron Martello.
Congratulations, Aaron. Great job. Excellent game. A thrilling day. And I've got pleasure in presenting you the Vic Safe Man of the Match Award.
I've got the keys to the master. Aaron, fantastic, a part of history, but more importantly, into that qualifying final.
Yeah, it's great.
Into the, yes, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we set ourselves to that. We knew Williamstown were going to be hard. They're always in it, so it was just good to get the win. So we have a crack at Saade next week in the qualifying final.
11 seconds, the second semi.
Yeah, so we'll just take it from there, see how we go, Ross.
Were you, what was it feeling like? Was you confused in the camp there at 3/4 time?
Oh, yeah, we didn't know much what was going on, but the boys grouped together and really stuck it out, and we've done well.
Terrific. Aaron Martello, our Vic Safe Man of the Match.
Yes, he had a big task to fulfil today, and he did it brilliantly. And I think the team that deserved to win it did. But what a game of it Williamstown made.
You're right, Peter. Sensational effort, and both sides to be commended. And not only that, but it was played in the true spirit. They really dug deep and found a bit extra in that last 10 minutes. And, you know, we did create history. We're all a part of history. And you're right, Prahran, I feel the better side overall did win the game. I thought in the first 3/4 of football, they were by far the superior side. And this guy on screen, what a worthy winner of the best on field performance.